Okay, so we spoke about the Mishnah, the fact that every Mishnah has a case, a din, and the tam, and we spoke about the idea of the two-step approach, right, going from the klal to the prat. I just want to finish off talking about the Mishnah. Now, obviously, it's not complete. This is not a complete recipe list or checklist of what you can do in every Mishnah. And for two reasons. Number one is because I can't offer you one. I don't have a complete list for you. I'm just sharing with you what I do on my own experiences. And number two is because anyways, there's a natural resistance, I think. You tell a guy who's been learning for 10 years, some guy on YouTube gets on and says, oh, everything you've been doing is wrong. You got to change everything you're doing, start fresh, mechavein. And it is mechavein. And there's a natural resistance to change anyways, tamazai, but uproot your whole ma'arechet of how you're learning, forget about it. Fine, but I want to end off this Mishnah, talking about the Mishnah, with a number of points. Number one is, my friend of mine was telling me that he was talking to his chavrusa, and his chavrusa said, I wonder if there's a way that it could be mechavein to the Gemara's questions. So this guy was telling me he knew I was putting out these videos, and he told me what his chavrusa said, and it was funny to me because it's obvious that this guy never even tried. He never even thought about the idea of being mechavein to the Gemara. He's like, oh, I wonder if there's a way. So I want to talk about some main things the Gemara does on the Mishnah is that just ask these questions, just clarify these points, and you're already being mechavein to the Gemara, to the amoraim. So number one is the words in the Mishnah. When you're reading the Mishnah, make sure all the words are clear. Translate the words, try to translate them literally first, and try to just what are the words saying? For example, I was recently learning Psachim, Daf Beis, Arlar Ba'asar, it says. Right, so if I wasn't thinking much, I would say, Seder, the night of the 14th, we check for chametz. Why would I say that? Because that's when we check for chametz. The night of the 14th, I wouldn't even pick up on the fact that the Tana, the Mishnah, used the word ar. As we know, the Gemara in Daf Beis and into Daf Gimel, it is bothered by this point. What does ar mean? And why is the Mishnah using the term ar? So that's number one, is clarify the words in the Mishnah, make sure they're clear. Number two is we spoke about the idea of case, din, and tam, that every Mishnah has a case, din, and tam. So just clarify the case. Make sure the case is clear, and make sure you appreciate that there's a problem in the case. For example, in Beitza, the first Mishnah in Beitza, it says Beitza shenolda b'yomtav machlekes b'sham and Beis Hillel. So what's the case? So okay, Beitza was born, a chicken laid an egg on Yom Tov. Now, the Gemara there says, the first words are, but mayaskinon, what are we dealing with? Because the Gemara is bothered by, what is the case over here? Why is the Gemara bothered by the case? Because if the case is one way, if it's a Tarnagedos, the Gadol Beitzim, or La'achila, it's going to be Shverim, and either Beisham or Beis Hillel. So that's number two, is just clarify the case. Now the Gemara over there has four mahalchim on what the case is, or what the problem is in the case, right? Is it Gzeres, Mashkish Zavu, Peres Anoishrim, Rabbah, Muktzah, Rav Nachman? So to clarify the case. Number three is going to be the din. Make sure there's a chiddush in the din. For example, a shutfin sheratzu lasas b'chitza. That's the case. You have two shutfim, they own a chatzar b'shutvus, and they want to make a mechitza. So the din is boinin es a koisel be'emtza. So the Gemara asks over there, well, what do you mean? What pshita? Where else are you going to build it? You're going to build a 3/4 and a quarter, a third and 2/3? Obviously not. So the Gemara says there's no chiddush in this case. There's no chiddush in the din. So what do we have to do? We have to change the case. We have to alter the case, but make sure there's a chiddush in the case. Now, the chiddush can't be too big. It can't be too much of a chiddush, because then the Gemara will say mehechatesi. So that's step three, is the din. And then finally, what's the tam? What's the reason? Try to figure out, this is not easy obviously, but try to figure out what the reason is behind the din in the case or in the problem. What's the reason? Because again, that will lead you to the principle, that will lead you to the koyach to be magdir. So those are the four things I would suggest. Talk about first of all, the importance of being mechavein to the amoraim, or appreciate the fact that you could be mechavein to the amoraim. And then we have the words, make sure all the words are clear. You have the case, the din, and the reason. And then finally, when you come to the Gemara, when you finish learning a Mishnah and you come to the Gemara, so just have your questions clear, right? Speak out, oh, this and this was fair to me, and speak out the questions I didn't understand. That part of the case, or that word's not clear to me, just speak out the questions, then you can come armed to the Gemara, and hopefully the Gemara will deal with the problems that you had, and it'll be mechavein to the Gemara.